Today we're looking at full-size budget-friendly keyboard, and this one is the AK96. A lot of features here for under $40. We're gonna dive right in and see what's good about this one. Hey guys, welcome back to our Hardware Sense channel. My name is Ivan, and today we're looking at the full-size AK96. This is sub $40, I think $39 right now. Mechanical keyboard that is offering some good features here, and at the same time it's not gonna break the bank. And I think around $40 is about the price that you can expect from this kind of keyboard, but still there's some good features here. We're gonna go straight into the unboxing. We're gonna look at the RGB details. Obviously gaming keyboard that has to have RGB, right? And at the end we're gonna talk about it in the conclusion. So what's inside the retail box of the AK96? We're gonna see real quick. Right on top, the little graphic of the keyboard, and it says wired connection right here to remind you of what this keyboard is all about. Some of the different versions in the back. We have the dark gray, and then we have the lighter gray. This one is the one I have here. 3 different colors of the keys on top. Some of the other things outlined here: USB cable, 96 keys, compatibility, and the information about the company. So if you open the box, right on top we have the instruction manual / user manual with the key combinations. We're gonna see that in a second. On the right side we have the USB cable, which is USB-A to USB-C, non-braided, white cable to kind of match the overall theme of the keyboard. And the length of this one is, let me see, I'll tell you right away. So 5 feet is the length of this one, or 1 meter 60 centimeters. Fairly soft cable, not braided, which is okay. We have some good tips at the end, pretty solid, nothing unusual. And yeah, the softness of the cable is good. I like that a lot. In addition, we have an adapter included, USB-A to USB-C, in case you want to plug it into a laptop or something that has only USB-C, something like MacBook. And this is what else is included here, nothing else in the package. And now if we look at the keyboard, here it is. The outside or the shell of the keyboard is all white. We have dark gray keys for the majority of the ones we're using. And we have the lighter gray, or more like a white, for some other functional keys, the enter, the shift, and all these keys. And then we have yellow for the arrows and escape. Plenty of differences between the different keys over here, which I really like because you can easily navigate even in the dark. But of course we have LED or RGB here on this one, so we can look at it. One of the best features I like about this keyboard is the volume knob, or the knob to increase and decrease the brightness of the keys. It's not metal, but it's very rugged, and it kind of makes a little clicking noise. Let's see if the camera will pick it up. Not quite, but a little yellow nudge right here on the top to see where exactly you are. And again, full-size keyboard, 96 keys over here. At the same time, it's compact. You don't have kind of like the old school middle section where delete, insert, and all that otherwise were here. And now it's a little bit more compact, yet that gives you the numerical keys here on the side, because a lot of games require numerical keys. And if you are using extremely compact keyboards like myself, you might feel like you're robbed of some of the functionality. We have extra icons on top of the keys for key functions as well. And if we look at the keyboard, on the left side, we have nothing other than the little strip where the RGB is going to be protruding through. On the right side, again, nothing, just the same LED strip. On top, I am so glad that they added the USB-C plug off to the side. So this is off to the left side. Could have been off to the right side as well, it doesn't matter, but it's not in the middle. That way you can route the cable directly around your monitor stand or other things you might have on the desk. Ideally, I prefer that to be in the middle with channels to be routed to the left or right, but I know that costs more money, so at least they give you one off to the side. Now, if you look at the bottom, we have 4 rubber feet. They are same size for your kind of flat function. And then we have 2 stages of rubber feet that are extending. We have the smaller one, and we have the bigger one as well, for 2 angles to be adjusted. Excellent, great to see that, no problem whatsoever. So now this keyboard doesn't have Bluetooth, doesn't have wireless, so it's strictly for the wired fan base out there like myself. I only use my keyboards wired to eliminate any possible latency and issues like that. And I like it. So it's much lighter than normal. I'm saying because majority of the keyboards I'm reviewing have a big battery inside for their wireless functionality. This one doesn't have a battery, so it's a lot lighter, but at the same time, the feet are pretty sticky, so they're not gonna slide on top of your desk all over the place. Another thing to be mentioned here, the keys, the mechanical keys on this keyboard are blue. Now I have not had a blue keys in a very, very long time, probably close to 7 years. And at that time, blue was the only option. And why do most of us moved away from the blue is because they are way too loud. Now what the company is saying here about these ones, they're pre-lubed blue keys, so they're slightly more silent than your regular old school blue keys. But I'm gonna do the sound test, get close to the microphone and type something on it, and you let me know how you feel about that noise. Personally, I think they're a little bit too noisy for my taste. I prefer the red keys all around. I can definitely feel the difference between these keys and my preferred red ones, but if you are somebody that doesn't care about the noise, or you prefer that kind of tactile feedback with the combination of the clickiness, or maybe your microphone is very good and doesn't pick up any extra noise out there when you're gaming, or maybe in your conference calls and stuff like that, this should be a good option for you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in and see if we can review some of the RGB options on this keyboard. All right, plugging it in. Unfortunately, into my USB port only gives us some of the options here. So plugged into the computer right now, you'll see by default we have this kind of a wave effect. By the way, if you hold the knob for the volume and also for the light for 3 seconds, you will be able to adjust the brightness, and this is the brightest possible. If I go all the way down, and you see it kind of escapes, and the only light is only on the both left and right side, which kind of peek through the keys as well, and the light behind the knob and the escape. And then if I increase it again, we're going to the maximum. And to change the different effects, we have the FN and this button right here. You'll see now we're gonna go real quick through all the effects. Plenty of effects you can scroll through. This is kind of the breathing. One thing I'm not seeing is having a single light effect, which it's normally my preferred, and this one is not here. All I can see is just different RGBs. You can see that everything is quite bright. So if you're in a dark room, this is going to be very bright for you. I might want to go half way down to kind of decrease the brightness, and you can't really turn it off completely, because even if you go all the way down, there's some light coming on the other side. And to reset the function of this knob back to volume, you're gonna have to unplug the keyboard and plug it back in. Kind of sad that they are not allowing you to just flick the switch or something, or hold the button again, because default function is the volume, and then the brightness is the one if you have to hold for 3 seconds. Overall, not bad. I think for under $40, full-size keyboard, this is pretty good. But let's jump into the conclusion and talk about if this one will be recommended or not. All right, conclusion time. And what do I think about the AK96? I have to say, I'm pretty pleased. Yeah, it's a good buy for the price mentioned. And if you're somebody that doesn't care about the wireless functionality, no Bluetooth, no wireless, and you only rely on cable like myself, you're gonna find yourself pretty pleased with this one. Now, the minor negative personally for me and my preferences is the blue keys. Despite the fact that they're lubed blue keys, they're still pretty loud compared to the red keys that I normally use on my keyboards. And for that reason only, I don't think this will be my primary keyboard. My favorite feature here is the knob and just the option to be able to increase and decrease the volume nicely on the fly in any moment. It's great. Always like that feature whenever I see it on the keyboard. And the fact that you can just hold it for 3 seconds and then adjust your brightness up and down on the keys. Tons of different options for the RGB. You already saw all of them. One issue I have is no single color backlight. I've spoke about this many times before. Single color backlight is perfect to me because I want to match the inside lighting of my desktop, and it's not available here. Otherwise, the full size is great. If you're playing games that require the numeric pad, you have this option here. And there's some aesthetically pleasing design cues, like the plug-in for the USB-C is off to the side. We have 2 strips for the RGB on the side here, different colors of the keys itself, keycaps are replaceable, and 2 stages of the prop of the legs. So to me, this keyboard is actually pretty good, especially for the price. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Check out the links in the description below if you want to support the channel directly. It helps me tremendously to bring you videos like this regularly. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.